Peace, y'all. Welcome to the campaign show, Monday, March 17th. Ramadan Mubarak to the Muslims. Ramadan day 17. Day 17 of fasting, praying, reading, studying, doing good, being positive, staying out of conflict, staying out of drama and mess. So hopefully y'all having a good Ramadan, a great Ramadan. And those of us that ain't even Muslims, just having a peaceful month and benefiting from the energy of the brothers and sisters that's observing Ramadan. Yeah, it's a campaign show live though. Actually, I don't have a topic, don't have a title. Just getting on here and letting the spirit guide the way. And here's the StreamYard link early for anybody that might want to hop on. Who knows? Who knows what we're gonna get? Life is like a box of chocolates. Big Adrian X, Big Jabril, Ahmad, Rich Mob, God Squad, God Mods in the place. Yeah, I don't know what we talking about, man. A lot of stuff I could talk about, but it's mostly negative, so I don't really have nothing to say. So I'll be relying on y'all to let me know some topics. I'm not really trying to talk about nothing negative. It's part of my Ramadan energy. So even if y'all got some topics, I mean y'all can speak on them, but I ain't really trying to. I ain't got the negative energy for it. Knowledge. Walaikum salam, Ramadan Kareem, knowledge. Yeah, so like I said, you can see I don't have no title, no specific topic. Maybe y'all got something that y'all want to speak on. Any news, current events, breaking news, any personal uh situation, circumstances that you want to speak on. Because as soon as you start it, I'm a roll with you. But the stuff that I would talk about, I can't talk about because it falls under drama and negative stuff. So I've been getting my praying on, my fasting, my reading on. Um, I'm super not into no entertainment stuff right now. I'm getting more and more less tolerant for my labor course, my former career course, which is music and entertainment, acting and professional sports athletes, any influences is I just really ain't feeling right now. What they pushing. So I ain't buying what they selling or what they smelling. Knowledge says forgiving yourself for the wrongs you have done to yourself and others. Forgiving yourself. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good topic. We can try to go on that. I would think you would have to atone and repent and make some kind of restitution before you can really talk about forgiving yourself. I would think that you would have to atone with the people that you violated and see what their position is and how much energy and time and effort you put into trying to get them to forgive you before you talk about how you should forgive yourself. Why why should you just forgive yourself if you ain't putting no effort in atoning to the people that you violated? JD Cat, salute. K Solo, walaikum salam. George Allen, walaikum salam. Ramadan Kareem. I don't have no subject. I'm on some day 17 fasting vibe energy, so it's on y'all. If y'all want to speak on personal relationship stuff, health, money, spirituality, discipline, warfare, business, you know, something going on. Something is going on. This campaign show, so of course we looking for solutions. We don't dwell on problems, but we do want to hear what your problems are so we can try to toss around, knock around some solutions, some ideas for some solutions. Anybody dealing with health issues, any stress, anxiety, depression, over money, over loss of life, loss of loved ones, over health. That's the kind of stuff that we definitely can always talk about. Something that we need counseling with every day. Somebody need it. But yeah, there ain't really nothing. Like I said, ain't nothing in the news that I feel like is worthy. I sense or feel if I'm in my feelings, because I'm very burnt out and uninterested and very dissatisfied with 99% of the stuff that I see on TV, social media, radio, including my own peers. So you ain't got nothing good to say. This might be the shortest campaign live show so far, because I ain't got too much good to say. So maybe I won't be saying nothing at all. What else? Let me see. Yeah, I mean stuff that I could speak about. I really want to hear from y'all, man. Want to hear from y'all. Yeah. Yep. I'm processing a lot of stuff right now, so I'd rather hear from y'all. Let's see. Let's try this then. Let's try to just see what's going on here. Okay. Man, that's supposed to be a little bigger, ain't it? There we go. I don't know. St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, we ain't doing none of that foolishness. Yeah, it's so unnewsworthy. Say Israel says it's conducting extensive strikes on the Gaza Strip. Yeah, man. I don't see nothing, man. For me, just nothing. Just big nothing burgers. Nothing worth talking about. Man, this really make me rethink life, purpose. August night say life is definitely lifing. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm trying to get to, the purpose. See if anybody's into the purpose. Brethren is brethren. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just nothing. Yeah, just nothing. Here's one. Gwinnett, 16-year-old missing for over 1 year, found safe. That's something beautiful. That's something positive. Man. Yeah, man. Maybe this might be a super short live. Because seeing all kind of rolling loud concert. This is just nothing. Just I don't know, y'all. just ain't doing it for me. These social media streets ain't doing it. Stop screen. All right. What else? Let me see what's going on here. On a roll, Walaikum Salam, Ramadan Mubarak. Ramadan Kareem. Yeah. Ain't really nothing, man. I ain't really got the spirit to talk about too much. I'm observing a whole lot, digesting some things that I got shown by the Lord. this on this halfway point of Ramadan. So not nothing bad. It's really actually something super profound, but it's something I can't speak on. I just gotta observe it, and be still and be quiet on it. See if it is what it look like. Brother Donald, Walaikum Salam, Ramadan Mubarak, Ramadan Kareem, K Solo, bad dreams during Ramadan. The attack is real. Bad dreams. What is it? What do you mean? What do you mean bad dreams? We living in a bad world. Like it's Armageddon. So this man's heaven has been our people's hell. So every day been a bad dream for us. The last 470 years over here, but get specific. King Z, I'm not feeling a lot of things right now. Depression at all-time high for various reasons. Yeah, if you are dealing with depression, fight it back with some vitamins too, though, because that have a lot to do with how we process information. So I'm fresh off of my vitamin B1 and my niacins. Up in my vitamin intake of vitamin B1 and niacin real tough, and magnesium glycinate. I'm chilling, but I had to go big with my vitamin B1 and my niacin. No flush niacin, not the stinging niacin, not the flush niacin that have you turning red and stinging, but no flush. So I'm fresh off of mine. Jason, what's up with you? Eating one meal a day after listening to you teach, I feel better and lost about 30 pounds. Man, yeah, it ain't my teaching. I'm just practicing it along with you. That's Honorable Elijah Muhammad, How to Eat to Live teaching, one meal a day. Everybody in the nation, that's what we do. So yeah, it's not my teaching. But man, salute, Big Jason. Yeah, I need to hear that. Jabril Ahmad, turning inward is more healthier than turning outwards. Nothing but groceries and trouble out there. The groceries. But groceries and trouble. Inflation. Expensive groceries and trouble. Apostrophe. My discernment has magnified since fasting this month. I can see right through people BS. Yeah, that's what it'll do. The more you fast, the lower your tolerance for BS. That's absolutely a direct result. The more you fast, and you fasting for the right intention, just trying to clear out old habits and clean yourself up and break certain habits and curses and reset your system and your immune system and all of that. Detox. You will absolutely have low tolerance for BS. Stuff that you used to think was cool and funny, and you just like, man, I'll be back. Like, I'll be back. That's my favorite line. I'll be back. And that be back might be in 3 or 4 months from now. Yeah, I'll hit you back. I'll call you back. Let me call you back. Call you back next year. Yeah, when I get on my fasting energy, ain't no telling. And it ain't negative. It ain't bad. It's just like, man, I appreciate the clarity that I'm getting, the lightness, the sharpness, and it's just usually having, like, I just washed the dishes, you know what I'm saying? Why I want to drink out of a dirty glass? I just cleaned up. Why I want to go wrestle with some musty homies? Like, I just cleaned up. K Solo, I had a beautiful dream. I was being a servant and taking care of the minister. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. Did you just say something about nightmares though? Bad dreams during Ramadan. You had bad dreams during Ramadan, but you had a good dream taking care of the minister. King Z, yes, sir. I do need to re-up on my vitamins. Yep. Fasting, got zero tolerance for foolishness. Yeah. Yeah. So fasting ain't just that, you fasting, and that's, of course, that's good for evil, for guarding against evil. But evil just means weakness. So then you got low tolerance for people, adults, intentional weakness. Like you being weak. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this to, like I'm working out. You want to do the opposite of working out. So our energies ain't mixing. Oil and water. I'm over here working out mentally and spiritually and morally, and you doing the opposite. So we ain't really clicking. Machiavelli awake, salute, 8-9, salam, shalom, salute. Apostrophe, it's a woman who was sent to me as a test to throw me off my square, and her spirit grew irritated when I didn't fall for any of her deception or gaslighting. I feel it was a great test from God. Yeah, nobody will test you like women. Not saying that they the enemy, but they're gonna reflect whatever you do. They're a reflection of whatever we are. If we weak and slip, then they're gonna weak and slip. Be weak and slip. That's what they're gonna need. We program them. We program women how to handle us, how to get at us. So if you would have slipped, then that would have been one of your downfalls. That would have caused you an injury, and then she could blame it on you because they follow our lead. They nature is to test us, and if we fail the test, it's our fault. So cold game, how that works. George Allen, salute. Wali 100, Walaikum salam. Smack White, I'm Native American. I want to study Islam. Yeah, Native American just means indigenous, original. If that's what you really are, I don't know. It's a lot of $5, fake engines. So I don't know if you're telling the truth. Smack White. I don't know why you would call yourself Smack White. I don't know, but yeah, Islam is the nature. If you really Native American, that's your nature. Islam just means submission or mathematics. Submission to truth, mathematic, provable truth, which brings you into peace and oneness with the God and the Great Spirit or the nature, laws of nature itself. So Islam is your nature, is our nature. It's not religion. It's our nature. But if you mean specifically the NOI, Nation of Islam Theology, then yeah, you definitely can go to NOI.org because that's what we taught. As soon as we get our lessons, one of the first questions is who is the original man and woman, but who is the original man? The original man is the Asiatic black man. Maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, God of the universe. And then what is the population of the original nation in the wilderness of North America and all over the planet Earth? Population of this was in 1934. Population of the original nation in the wilderness of North America is 17 million at that time, with the 2 million Indians, makes it 19 million in the wilderness of North America back in 1934. So that's part of the original family. That is a natural member of the Nation of Islam of North America, the Native American, so-called Indian. So Islam this is yours. This Mustafa Muhammad came for us and for y'all specifically. So this is your information. I wouldn't waste time. I would go after it. You don't have to call yourself a Muslim, but just get the information. Salam, Wallah, Tajikan, Ramadan Mubarak. Smack White. I call myself Smack because I troll in battle chats. Why you call yourself White though? Yeah, I ain't talking about the smack part. I'm talking about the crown white. Like what the white part got to do with it? If you Native American. Machiavelli 8-9. Wait, I mean, we've been brainwashed so deep we have to readapt our minds. Remember, it's one nation under God. Well, it's different nations. It's different nations that's all under God. But the nation that we talking about, this is a specific nation. Smack's last name, Smack's last name is White. I don't get it, Smack, because I troll that. I don't get it. Smack White. Don't get it. Cam, can you speak on specific parts of biblical texts or stories that are occurring currently? Specific, you would have to give me one. I know you always say these events and figures are not based from thousands of years ago, but modern day. The main one, if we into the Bible, because that's the religion that was forced on us in slavery for the last 500 years. And the biggest prophecy that identifies us is the seed of Abraham. I think that's Genesis 13 or Genesis 15 or something like that, where it said God said to Abraham, surely know of a surety, Abraham, that your seed will be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they will afflict them and be in bondage to them 400 years. And, after that time, I will come and judge that nation whom they shall serve. And they will come out with great substance and this and that. So nobody else in history fit that description. No people in the annals of history in the last 6,000 years fits that. Not the so-called Jewish people, Ashkenazis, not Ethiopians. Nobody in Africa was taken overseas and enslaved and put in bondage by another specific people because of their race and afflicted for 400 years, and then have a specific character that's like Moses and Aaron come in at the end of the 400 years and change the religion of the former slaves and go against the Pharaoh. Like, all of that's 1000% specific, right, and exact, identifying us. And that's how you can prove which parts of the Bible or Quran or is actual accurate prophecy from which parts ain't. So if you see other parts that don't make no sense and you can't prove it in nature, haven't been fulfilled, then that's the part that was stepped on. But yeah, if it's something specific that you had in mind, apostrophe, any specific Bible story, then yeah, you can let me know and then we can go into it. But it's too many of them for me to just be freestyling. So I would rather get your specific topic. King Cam, do you believe religion and spirituality are two different things? Absolutely. Religion is mankind made. I won't say man made. Everything is man made, but religion is mankind made. Right? Religion was formed by the enemy of man, by mankind, to control man and mankind. So, the term religion, the definition of religion means, just to do anything like a state of life, a way of life, state of, but the way that we understand it, religion is some dogma, mind F, some emotional, so-called spiritual mind F. It is spiritual because it deals with emotional manipulation and lies, because that's all spirit means. Spirit means emotions, and it also means breath, the breath of life. So our definition or religion's definition of spirit is already wrong. That's already false. What is spirit? Why do you use the word spirit? Why don't the Bible just use the word mind? Mind. Why do they say spirit? You know what I'm saying? That's already deception. That's already false. The definition of spirit is breath, the breath of life, which is atoms of oxygen and nitrogen. So if you're talking about the Holy Spirit, you're not talking about atoms of oxygen and nitrogen, and you're not talking about emotions. They supposedly talking about a character that's a he. Talking about the Holy Spirit, that's a he. He means penis and testicles. So all it, you could just break it down like and prove how much poison and deception is added to the book, and that's why we in the NOI call it the poison book. because it is poison. It has been poison and it poisons us because it uses truth and it uses, our nature to open us up because, we're God-fearing people. We naturally God acknowledging people. We're spiritual people, we're spiritual, but we're mental people. So if you got a book that's appealing to that, and get you open like that, and then they start dropping all kind of poison, false ideas and false concepts in your mind and in your children, next thing you know, you thoroughly mind effed. Thoroughly mind effed, paralyzed mentally and scared and believing things that don't exist and trying to explain stuff that can't be explained. It's just total mental death. Cousin Pookie on the couch, 30 years, made in America. My homie that passed used to bump Way of Life, man, back to back. My joint was giving it up, man. Salute Cousin Pookie on the couch. Yeah, one of my favorite records on there was Trust Nobody. Trust Nobody. That wasn't a single. The single was Pull Your 304 card and In Traffic. Those was the two singles that I came, that I put out on there. But my favorite record on there was Trust Nobody. Yeah, I think Trust Nobody was my favorite. Okay, so I just been having a mixture of dreams, both bad and beautiful. I mean, that's life. Satan exists. Satan exists on the planet right now, right? How you just gonna have? That's not realistic. You just having good dreams. It's not realistic. It's like being in war and not taking no casualties. That's not realistic. You're gonna have some bad and some good. The whole goal is to defeat the bad, to conquer the bad, to outweigh the bad. Jabril Ahmad, religion equals realign. If you are out of line, it'll bring you back in line. I don't know. I mean, that probably should be what it means, but religion. Let me see. Let me pull that up real quick. That's something maybe we could do. Because I like just defining words. So let me share this screen. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see the share screen? Let me know if y'all can see that. Because some of this don't be working. Religion. Can y'all see that screen or is it just black? Let me know. Somebody let me know in the comments. Can you see this? Can you see me scrolling this right here or is it just black? Okay, you can see it. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Adrian. So it says religion, state of life. State of life. Bound by monastic vows. Monastic means a monk, like a monastery or a monk. So the original definition back in 1200, the year 1200th century, is the state of life, a state of life that's bound or disciplined by monastic or monk type vows. Like your word is bond. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I believe in. I'm gonna be dedicated to it. I'm gonna be dedicated and commit my life to it. Then also it says an action or conduct indicating belief in a divine power and reverence for and desire to please it. So divine power can be anything. You can think of divine power as like the Hindus, a head of cabbage or a horse or a cow or something like that. So it's still coming from your own brain. What your own brain is willing to believe is divine power. So that is being judged and defined by the observer. You know what I'm saying? The observer is who's determining what's divine and what's not, what's a miracle or what's supernatural or what's not. So that's the definition of religion. Right. So instead of religion, we into reality or fact, provable reality, provable factual reality. So that's why people can tell you anything if you represent religion. They can say, I believe this, and man, you just got to believe it, and my Lord and Savior Jesus. And if you don't believe with your whole mind, like, man, I ain't trying to hear none of that. I grew up my whole life seeing how that don't work. You believe anything, you can, if you believe in anything that's righteous, if your motive is righteous, it can work for you. But you giving the credit to some book or some concept when it's your brain that's doing it. It's the power of your brain that's doing it. It's not the book that's doing it. It's you that's doing it. The book is just inspiring you or making you, giving you something to believe in that allows your brain to do the God in your head, power in your head to do what it can do. So the enemies know how to deceive you and use your power for their benefit. Hey man, stop texting on with you. Same day parlay, peace. Apostrophe. I'm trying to draw parallels to prophecies such as Noah, Sodom and Gomorrah, etc., in order to help navigate these uncertain times in America. I'd like to learn what God was saying to these people. Well, it's in the book. So the people of Noah was their mind, their brains, they was continuously thinking and imagining, trying to do evil constantly. The people of Sodom and Gomorrah, it was a specific abomination type evil that they was constantly on. So you know exactly, if you're familiar with them names, you know exactly the type of dirt they was doing or what they was calling evil and how it infected and contaminated society. So the earth right now is covered 3/4 of its surface with water. So there was a flood. We taught in the nation, though, it didn't have nothing to do with Noah, or people of Noah. The flood, that covers the planet, 3/4 of the planet's surface came from the deportation of the moon. The moon got blew out. That we taught that happened trillions of years ago, 66 trillion years ago, before it was ever such thing as Noah or white people. But it's connections to all of the stories, but the stories ain't accurate and chronologically in the right chronological order, and they've been stepped on. But the evils that all of these towns and these cities or whatever that was guilty of and allegedly got destroyed for, we see that same activity today, and we see that they're destroying themselves, and we seeing some kind of powers that's chastising them. Some forces of nature that we quick to give credit to chemtrails or to HARP or some white scientists, but we don't want to give credit to the God, to nothing black, especially no black males. We don't give no divine power credit to no black males. Well, you don't see that today. Cousin Pookie on the couch, can you speak on the making of Made in America? Let's come back to that. Because I ain't really feeling talking about rap and stuff like. Jim, was the people in the land of Nod the sons of God who saw the daughters of men and took wives, and where their people of Nod supposed to mix with Cain? I'm not familiar with Nod. The people who mixed with the daughters of men was just the original black people. The members, the us that the Bible was talking about when the God said, let us make Adam, or the Adamic race, let us make man in our image. It was already the people that was there. So those people that was already there that got together and made a new race of people out of themselves, once they was made, the sons of the people that made the Adamic race, they was peeping out the fair skinned females. You don't see, he didn't say the sons of men saw the daughters of God. No, it was the males. It was the dark original black, males, the us and the our that seen the fair skinned females and saw that they had a different nature. This is before they ever went into the caves. Before they ever went into the caves. When they went into the caves, they lost their shape. They got hairy and, disfigured, and, they took on a whole different uh, layer of bestiality type stuff. But before that happened, when it was fresh, fresh off the island, fresh off the manufacturing island of Patmos or Pelon, the males, sons of God, sons of the black nation that made these people, saw the daughters of Adam, that they was fair skinned, white, light, and freaky. The original freaks, original freak offs. They nature liked, getting extra freaky, and the sons of God wasn't used to that, and they got freaked. And wind up having children by the freaks and producing a whole different type of offspring, giants, meaning they had appetite for certain things that the original people didn't have appetites for. And the parents couldn't satisfy the appetites of these mulatto, biracial, natured people. And that caused a whole different dilemma on the planet. And that was the beginning of that. But that's something different than what happened to us. What happened to us in slavery was the opposite. So in the beginning, the sons of God, the males, the black males saw some brand new white women and, was attracted to them, and they got with them. But in slavery, it was the opposite. The slave masters killed off the black males, and once they conquered us, then they RAPE deed the black women. So now it's white male fathers that's impregnating, black slave wenches for 400 years or for however many 200-300 years, and made a different type of unwanted, despised, and rejected product. This is the people that God, came to save and saw what was happening to us. It wasn't, the I don't know if y'all familiar with this, but I'm gonna just speak on it. If a black father gets with a white woman and produce a child, that child usually look kind of fresh, like fine, and to our standard, golden, and they features be way more pretty and attractive or whatever. But when it's a black mother and a white father, the offspring, they be still black children, but they be like, I don't want to say, rhetorically, this is satire, y'all. This is just joke. I'm a comedian, but they look weird. They look weird. You know what I'm saying? When it's a white father and a black mother, they look weird. They flow, their energy be off. You know what I'm saying? They look weird. So that's what we are, the descendants of slaves of America, the chosen people, the despised and the rejected. That's why we were so despised and rejected, because our parents, our fathers were white slave master males. So that just made us, we wasn't wanted by, of course, we wasn't wanted by the slave master. He's not going to take us as in the house and say, these are my little niglet sons and daughters. No, you're going to be in the field, or you might be in the house. You still a slave. I don't want you. I still got Missy Ann, my purebred, pure blood white wife that I'm going to, give all my property and dynasty and lineage and all that to. But I'm gonna run through all these little wenches and produce some unwanted, despised, and rejected, not black enough and not white enough offspring that nobody wants but God himself. Nobody sees the value in them, the righteous value in them, but God himself. So all of us got that. All of us got that white male slave master blood in our bones if we're descendants of slaves. But did no descendants of slaves escape that? No descendants of slaves escaped that. That's why we discuss. That's why we not super blue, black, purple, black like our brothers in Africa, because we got white male slave master blood in our bones. I mean, in our veins, in our bones. Stanley Frederic, did you watch the Savior's Day message? Yeah, I watched it. Yeah. CMC technique is class. Peace to you. Ishmael Wilson, it does state in the Quran to set our face for religion. What is religion? The Quran, Ishmael Wilson, the Quran is 1400 years old, right? So this is speaking to Prophet Muhammad of 1400 years ago. May Allah be pleased, peace be upon him, who we're taught in the Nation of Islam through the revelation of Mahdi, God in person, that Prophet Muhammad was a white man. So Prophet Muhammad as a white man is being told, set your face for religion. You know what I'm saying? The nature in which God created man. So it's a religion for them. It's nature for us. Islam is the nature of God and the nature of man, or the original man, for us. But for white people, it's religion. We put that our nature in book form and made a religion for the races, especially the most grafted of the races. But it's not a religion for us. Your nature is not a religion, not to the original people. Any significance in the nation to this most recent lunar eclipse? Yeah. Let's come back to that. Let's double back on that. Life is repeating itself as we speak. The way things are going at this time, life seems like it's speeding up, years passing. Yes, it's yes and no. What we're going through never happened before. Time is cyclical. Like, time just ain't linear like that. That's not how time works. Time works like a spiral. You know what I'm saying? Everything in the universe, the heavenly bodies and all of that, the universe, the planets, everything is spiraling forward. It's not just going forward like that. It's spiraling. Everything. So it's a revolution. It's revolving, but it's pushing forward as it's revolving. Yeah, like, give me, if y'all don't mind, yeah, give me some more questions regarding religion or Ramadan or the nation. What does the nation teach, or what is the nation's theology or doctrine about this or that? And that's why I like to use the definition dictionary, because people be saying spirit. Let me put that up here too. Let me see. Can I do that? Add the stage. Yeah, let me do spirit. Damn, what happened? Damn. Come on now. There we go. Spirit. Oh, did they change the definition? Oh. Yeah, this is different. I got the original. So I'm telling you, they be moving the goalposts. They never had this definition at first. But let's still read it. It says spirit, quote, life. That's wrong. They never had that definition. Life, the animating or vital principle in man and animals. They didn't have that definition in etymology online dictionary. That's crazy. I'm glad I'm a witness. The definition that they had started right here. They didn't even have soul. Damn, they didn't have soul either. That's wrong. This is where it started from right here. That's crazy. I'm glad I even looked at that. It's a breathing, a respiration also of the wind, breath. This part right here, they just added that. So look, matter of fact, look at what it say. It say right here, it say mid 13th century. Why would you start with mid 13th century instead of start right here with 12th century? Why would you start with 13th century and then go back to the back further in time? No, you're supposed to start with this right here. You're supposed to start with what it used to say 12th century, but now they found this all of a sudden and they want to put this first and call spirit, life, and soul. False. That's pure deception. That's pure false. Because they know we waking up and they know we coming to etymology dictionaries, and this is online. If you had a paper one, then they couldn't run this. If you had a paperback book, etymology dictionary, they couldn't run this. But somebody just Wikipedia updated this shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm glad I know what I know. So this is the original 12th century modern French from esprit or esprit. Espiritus, a breathing of respiration or also of wind. So wind is what they call spirit. Spirit is breath or wind. Now they say the breath of a god. What is a god? Why is it not the breath of a man? What do you mean breath of a god? That wasn't in there either. And then it says inspiration, breath of life. Wow. Yeah, they didn't have they didn't have all of this. Yep. So I guess it's gonna come down to who you believe now, because I'm telling you that's not the original definition. I've been doing this for years, for decades. So since I've been on the internet and found this website, that they definitely have Wikipedia added added to this definition and moved the goalposts. So yeah, there's the StreamYard link. I see you, Neil. Neil, say you wanted to say something. There's the StreamYard. Salute. You speak the way. Temp. All of us are not mixed, bro. Have you ever seen the Fulani? All of us, descendants of slaves, are not mixed. Hop on a live with me, Temp. Let's talk about it. So we're not just talking like over here. What we do is we show and prove. We show and prove whatever it is we claim. We show it and we prove it. All right. So Temp says all of us are not mixed, bro. Have you ever seen the Fulani? I don't even know what the Fulani is, but you're welcome to hop on here and show us. Temp, let's talk about it. Neil, let me get you. We're not just talking like over here. What we do is we show. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me, Cam?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I want to leave you with something, and then I want to talk to you later because this will take a while. But if you got a pen and paper, I want to just give you this name and this date.
Well, it's recorded, so just say
okay. Lucius, first name Lucius, last name Lehman, Layman, 1888, Folsom Prison.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you figure who he is,
I don't want to, bro. No disrespect, Neil. I don't want to figure who he is. I want you to tell us.
Okay, so Lucius Layman is supposedly was in the prison at the same time Wallace Fard Muhammad was in prison in Folsom Prison. He was considered the great mullah. He's a black man from Oakland. And they're saying that the Fard got the information from this man who came up under originally Marcus Garvey and the Marcus Garvey African UNIA movement, which was bigger than any movement at that time.
Okay, so, if that's cool, let me cut to the chase. It's
okay.
Ramadan, so respectfully, what did he build with it? If
He built
if he had that knowledge and and Master Fard Muhammad got this knowledge or information from him, what did he do with it?
basically gave it to Fard.
No, what did he do? What did he do with it? Like
So that's like, I understand you. You saying what did he gave it to people that eventually did what they did with it.
what other people did
He
what
did just that one person. That's all we need. He started the nation.
well, I mean, like why didn't he start the nation if he had the information?
I understand your statement there, but he was with the UNIA again, which was the biggest.
What did the UNIA do? What did they
The
do?
UNIA, they started the biggest black movement over the nation of Islam that
Where's
the
the
earth
UNIA?
has ever seen.
Where are they at today?
Where are they today?
Yeah, where are they at today?
Okay, the pyramids was built in Egypt. Where are they? What does
No,
it matter where
no,
people are?
Where are they today?
What does
In
that
America?
matter? I'm just stating what happened, and you're not acknowledging it. Not you, but your nation is not acknowledging
Well, I just
Lucius
asked you why,
Layman.
acknowledge what they doing today. Where are they today? Why would I acknowledge
They have.
somebody that ain't doing nothing?
Well, where's the nation today? They're not on deck like they
You
was when
talking to the
Elijah was here.
nation? You talking to the nation?
But they're not doing what the nation. Okay, so if that's the case, you talking to the UNIA. I'm a Pan Africanist.
Oh, so what is the UNIA?
United Negro Improvement Association.
You a Negro?
Well, that's the
No,
a term.
don't tell me what.
Yeah,
Are you a Negro?
I would say I am when you call yourself a black, because black is a color. Yeah, I'm a Negro.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I appreciate you, Neil. We'll get back to it. God willing, when Ramadan is over.
Hey, and peace to Robin. I'm sorry, bro.
Peace to you. Yeah. Temp Fulani tribe are in Africa. Brother Cam was talking about black people in America. Exactly. Mo Better 1212. What up, bro? Can I get your website? I can't remember the name of that. It's just westcoastcam.com. Just westcoastcam.com. That's the website. Mo Better. Jim, did the lawyer for the Pope and Scientology fry his brain in fire and brimstone telepathy? Apparently not. Apparently not. Apparently, he knew better. He knew to use stunt dummies. Apparently, they know to use stunt dummies. They know not to do it themselves. That's what makes them puppet masters. You get puppets to do it. You get pawns to do it for you. CMC Techniques class, the city of Mecca, does it hold any significance in the teachings of the NOI? Yes, the city of Mecca is where we are taught in the nation that where knowledge and wisdom of the original man first started. It's the root of civilization of the original black nation. After it was found in its new condition after the deportation of the moon. So we taught that around 66 trillion years ago, the moon got blasted out of the earth. That's why the earth is now covered with 3/4 water, because we got the moon, we got the water from that part. Our planet used to be around 10,000 miles in diameter, 35,000 miles in circumference. But that chunk that got blown out dropped his water on this part and changed, of course, changed the whole makeup of the planet and I forgot, they call them ley lines now, but the energetic centers and the magnetic poles and all of that of the planet, everything changed. So the most energetic and rich power point of the planet after that happened was in Mecca, Arabia. Mecca, Arabia is the power point. That's the root of the gods of this planet, root of our civilization once the planet was found in its new condition after everything cleared. So Mecca, Arabia, and North Africa, like what they call the Middle East, Egypt, Kemet, Egypt, in Mecca, Arabia. That area right there is the most powerful part of our planet for the original Black nation. That's where we began civilization and science and the powers of God. That became our new throne, our new seat. The whole earth is our home. Asia, this planet is our home, but our throne, our new throne, had to be located. So Mecca, Arabia is that location, and Egypt, Kemet is that location, but Mecca, Arabia. Donald Muhammad, I got a real problem when it comes to the lack of respect folks show the nation of Islam, even though I know it's rooted in a lack of understanding. Well, and that's why, I put it off until, inshallah, God willing, until Ramadan is over. And there's no coincidence this happened on the 17th day of Ramadan. Anybody that knows about the Holy Quran in chapter 17, which is Bani Israel, the Israelites. And it said that, they will make mischief in the land twice. The first time, this is going to be the results. The second time, they're going to be utterly destroyed. So I don't need to really go into that. But when Ramadan is over, I intend to address everybody that wants to, present certain things. I intend to prove that I can't even go into it. Yeah. But yeah, I'm with you, Donald. We're gonna get it straight. We're gonna get it right, God willing, in a few more days. A lot of slaves that came here were Fulani. I don't think you understand what was being said. Still, you still don't understand what's being said. Yeah, all of us might have was pure when we came here. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about what happened to us for the 310 years of chattel slavery while we were here. We didn't remain pure-blooded. We didn't remain pure-blooded. If you was pure-blooded, you died off. Any pure bloods died off. However long they lasted, they lifespan, yeah, we talking about 310 years. Everybody got tampered with. Every woman got tampered with. The old God, high science. Sugar 1, have you ever been able to go to Arabia yet? Or is that on your list of places to visit in the future? Yeah, we definitely gonna visit Arabia in the very near future. On a cleanup mission. Was there a ship like Ezekiel wheel built in Japan by Elijah Muhammad? If so, what part? Was there a ship like Ezekiel? Yeah, that is the ship. Ezekiel's wheel was a vision. Ezekiel's wheel didn't happen back then. We always had for millions and billions of years that we always had so-called wheel-shaped planes that was able to fly around the planet and fly around, in space. But this particular wheel, which is called Ezekiel's wheel, which is the chariot that the greatest of all of the gods built and moves around in and moves his people around in, is something that the world never seen. It's the mother, it's superior to all flying craft ever made. So yeah, it was built in on the coast of Japan, Nippon, and sent up in 1929, and been up there ever since. My brother Madan, commit.
Yo, Cam, salute, man. How you been, man?
Man, I'm blessed, man. Just doing my Ramadan and observing and digesting and being quiet until I can say what what I'm supposed to say. What's good with you?
Oh man, just made that day, man. Thought I hop on, man. I've been trying to hop on the last few times you was live, but they was blowing my phone up, man. I know how that be sometimes. But good. I'm glad to see you back on, man. Back on live. You know what I mean?
Man,
Holding it down.
good to have you back. Good to hear your voice. We still here, fighting the fight. I don't have no topic, but anything that you want to speak on, man, you're welcome to speak on it.
Let me think. It was well, a lot been going on for the last few days, man. For the last few weeks. The Trump administration, Elon Musk, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard nothing really too far out there, but I know the people still in an uproar because I think you showed it like the what was like 5 trillion. I forgot how many trillions of dollars it was. I see a lot of people concerned about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, they still wilding out, cussing out Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm. Apostrophe says, I recently heard Swing Down Sweet Chariot by George Clinton in Parliament was originally a song created in slavery about the wheel. Yeah, that's everybody knows that's the story of Moses. So the craft that Moses used to meet God in was what they call a chariot. It's called a pillar of fire by day, or a whirlwind, a pillar of fire by day and a cloud by night. But it's a circular fiery vehicle that if you look at it, it was always over the encampment of the children of Israel and Moses and Aaron, and it guided them through the desert and through the wilderness, through the Exodus and all of that. So that's all in the Bible. Yeah. So that was Swing Down Sweet Chariot was a slave Negro spiritual. But it's all about this fulfillment of this craft that Master Fard Muhammad built. I don't know if Neil, if you still there, you know what I'm saying? You can hop on back with me because I want to ask you something. Neil, if you still there, hop back on with me based on what you said. Because now I just got an impression that I need to tell you something or ask you something.
What you think about the blood moon? You think it was any significance with that? I went outside and checked it out.
Yeah, it's definitely significance to the blood moon. The moon represents the prophets and the messenger and the reflection of the reflector of the sun's light. But now, that represents us. It represents us that's reflecting Farrakhan. I'm trying to be careful. Y'all got to pardon me because certain things I just want to say, but I can't say it like I want to. I will, God willing, when Ramadan is over, because we done reached a point that we ain't never been at before, and I don't need to jump no guns on nothing. I waited this long. I waited 35 years, so a few more days ain't gonna hurt. But yeah, so that's that for now. I'd rather hear from y'all though. I just want to hear where y'all at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me and my brother, man, we was out there when it was eclipsing and stuff like that, man. And the crazy part about it, right? Now I'm in Bama, it's dark, it's dark back in these rural areas. So we looking at it, right? And next thing you know, it's like this so bright light came past the moon, and then it like disappeared. It just went and disappeared. So I thought I was tripping. I looked at my brother. I said, "You see that?" So I don't know what's that the SpaceX that went past it or what. You know what I'm saying? But it was
no telling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot going up, a lot going on above our heads these days, and it's a lot going on in our heads. Yeah, man. Honor roll, salute to all the the Wrench Mob. Honorable said, Neil, where you at? You still here, Neil? I don't think I don't think so. If you're still here though, Neil, hop back on. I want to ask you something. Archangel 7, salute. And Temp, I put that StreamYard link up so maybe you can hop on. You said they were my color, talking about the Fulani tribe or whatever. Like they was my color. When was they my color? When was they my color? I don't. Anything that we don't really understand each other on. That's why you're supposed to hop on a live and just have a fluent, just dialogue instead of waiting for type. Because once I get off of you, I'm gonna read somebody else's comment, then I'm gonna get all the way off that subject. I'm gonna forget what you're talking about, and it's just gonna be even more clutter. Like so just hop on the live. You got something to say with me? Just hop on the live with me. Donald, the Nation of Islam is what's keeping the enemy from all-out attack on our people. When you understand that will and those on it is something to fear, and they are directly connected to the Nation of Islam. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows we've been teaching that. Everybody knows that's what we teach, whether they believe it or not. That remains to be seen. We quick to believe everything but Elijah and Farrakhan and Master Fard. So that's what I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh man, y'all go see something. Y'all gonna see some stuff, man. What'd you say?
No, I was gonna ask you. It's kind of I won't. Well, it may not be controversial, but I was seeing a brother the other day. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but I think he with the FOI. I think he go by the name Khalil. Khalil something. I can't remember. But he was saying that he don't follow Farrakhan because he felt like the minister deviated from the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I don't know if you want to touch on that, but
yeah, we could touch on that.
Okay.
How would he know that the minister deviated?
Well, he had an FOI. He had the whole, you know what I'm saying? He was suited and booted.
But is he an old man or something, or is it somebody young?
No, he's a young guy. Look like he's about maybe in his 20s or 30s, maybe. I'm not sure.
So how would he know if he wasn't even alive?
That's what I was thinking. I guess he's going off of, I can't remember exactly the reason why he said it, but I think
I'm just saying whoever his teacher is, but this is Ramadan, so I'm not really going to get into that for a few more days. But I just wanted to know, who he was. If he's somebody young, then that I wouldn't even waste my time with that.
No doubt. I feel you, man. I feel you. Well, I'm gonna go back and listen so I can get the reason why he said he don't follow it. That way I can.
Yeah. So all of these characters, like, it's gonna be so great. It's gonna be so great, and so I guess it would be entertaining. It's not gonna be entertaining for the recipients of what's gonna happen, but God willing, at the end of this month, when Ramadan is over, if God be pleased to let me still be here and do what I think I'm supposed to do, all of these characters is gonna get addressed, whether they agree, whether they accept a challenge or not, they're gonna get addressed. So and I can't wait to address them. So Rob, go ahead. What you said?
No, I was just saying, I know that's real, man. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting.
Sarai 1 said, peace. Notice how the naysayers pop out and try to convince NOI to give credit to all these mystery men as if our eyes have been lying to us for the last 94 years, right? I'm telling you, man, this is the last of the grace. Like, this Ramadan is the last of the grace. That's the only reason I even let that slide right there. And it's not going to escape. Like, none of this, none of this is escaping. You know what I'm saying? It's just a patience test for me. You know what I'm saying? And I intend to pass it. So it's hilarious. It's funny, but at the same time, it's like, if they only knew what they was playing with, and we gonna see in a few days. So It is what it is. CMC technique is class. The brother Riza Islam, is he a messenger of the nation or an advocate? Is there a difference? A messenger, well, we all messengers, because we all have the message of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan and Master Fard Muhammad. So we all are little messengers, and we are all advocates. So we're members, citizen members, soldiers. This is our duty, is to deliver the messages of our leader to all of our people, to what was 17 million back then was now around 50 million of our people. That's our duty. That's our assignment. That's our mission, is to deliver this message of Nation of Islam theology, doctrine, warning, good news. So yes, Brother Riza Islam is a messenger. I'm a messenger. He's an advocate. I'm an advocate. So yeah. Jim, can you build on General Mukmuk? And is he Genghis Khan general? Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. I think you asked me something like that before, Jim, the other day. And yeah, because I don't even want to get into the Khan, none of the Khan stuff, Genghis Khan, Kubla Khan, none of, I don't want to get into that, until Ramadan is over. So if you would, forgive me. Supreme Touch, salute, peace to you. These characters doing too much talking in opposition with no actions to refer to. Yeah, I mean, I was going like, telling you, man, God is so merciful. God is merciful, because I'm in the laboratory right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing with my chemistry set, and you could have been the next little slide, a little beaker on the slide. I mean, a little swab, that I was going to experiment with. So God bless us. God bless us.
Hey, that's real. I was gonna ask you another question, man, because the NOI, they've been kind of a lot of the talk in the YouTube streets, and I think from what I've been observing is that a lot of people, when it comes to the will part, like talking about the will and what they call the so-called UFOs and stuff like that, do you think a lot of people, they don't accept that because they never seen one, or it's just too hard to believe, or because I see a lot of people
don't accept it because they don't accept black male divine leadership. That's really what that is. So we've been programmed subconsciously and overtly to reject and rebel against any black male divine, God-based leadership or authority. If your authority was devil-based and you're a black male, then you're gonna have a whole big following. If your authority is righteous discipline, God-based, then they're gonna find every excuse to try to smut you, smear you, slander you, libel you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm here for now. That there's consequences and repercussions from that. And I just thank the God for blessing me to be a spokesperson on that in this season, for that in this season. So everybody that's familiar with Farrakhan, if you're familiar with Farrakhan, you're familiar with Master Fard Muhammad, you're familiar with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and you are not with them, it don't mean that you have to be a member of the nation. But if you have anything negative, suspicious, evil, whatever that you have had to say, and you saying it today, we got something for you, and that you can't escape from. And we're going to call it out. We're going to call it out on you specifically. So you're going to be forced to invoke or to call on whatever God you believe in, whoever you thought is superior to Master Fard Muhammad or Elijah or Farrakhan, because you're going to need them. And we're going to call it out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm so anxious to do that.
You spot on though, man, about, especially when you say about the rejection of leadership and discipline from someone who looked like us or black like us. Because what I noticed is that when I be talking to different brothers in the YouTube streets, right, they be talking about solutions, and I be like, they be talking about all these different solutions, and I be like, well, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan and NOI, I said they laid out different solutions pertaining to what's diet, leadership roles, how to build up a nation and stuff like that. But soon as I bring those names up, it's like, they just, hey man, it's like a big fallout. And to me, I think it's because they black. Because I can bring up somebody that's European or something, brothers accept it like it's running water. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's that it's not just because they black, it's because they're righteous. If you black and righteous, if you're a black righteous man and you represent the descendant of slaves, and and you represent God, you represent disciples of God. Disciple meaning discipline. The root word, the word disciple comes from the word discipline, which means authority. It means authority, which means obedience, submission, military. You're jealous, you're envious because the FOI is an army. We have an army. My man was just saying, what is the nation doing, or what do the nation have, or what I'm saying, like the cold part is each individual member of the Nation of Islam, whether it's the member of the women in the army named, the MGT and the GCC, or the FOI, each individual member has a rod now, a rod and a staff from God, from our God, that we have the green light to use. So we don't have to physically get our hands dirty with no cowards or nobody that don't want to get physical, because we don't initiate no violence, right? So we're not the aggressor physically with nobody. So you never have to worry about us getting physical against you because you said something disrespectful out your mouth. We will never do that. That is against the law of Islam. However, if you say something violation and evil against our God, then we can say something against you and call on our God, and something will happen to you physical, not from us. We talking about acts of God. We talking about health issues, heart attacks, strokes, aneurysms, what I'm saying, car accidents, something that don't have nothing to do with no Nation of Islam member physically touching you or telling somebody else to touch you. None of that stuff that you're gonna know exactly is act of God. So I would suggest that y'all prepare and get your God, get stacked up on your prayers and your relationship with whoever your God is, because we day 17 on this Ramadan, battery charging up with our God. You know what I'm saying? Because we intend to use this 30 days worth of electricity energy for something at the end of this. So y'all might want to get ready. Say, because ready or not, whether you accept a challenge from me or not, I'm already on you. We are already on. I mean, those of us that's that's on that time, I'm on that time. So since I got a platform and people know about me, and you know enough about me that you want to hop on and say this and say that, then I'm gonna call you out by name, and then I'm gonna run my little chemistry, experiments, and we see what happens. That's all. Ain't nothing to fear if my God is fake. Because if my God is fake, then that means the God that he taught was in me, and the power to will and do what I believe he do, that's fake also. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You got nothing to worry about. If Master Fard Muhammad ain't really who we say he is, and Elijah ain't really who we say he is, and Farrakhan ain't really who we say he is, y'all ain't got nothing to worry about. However, it's another side to that. If they are, then your Donkey is grass. Your A double scribble is grass. Donald Guyton.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm blessed. How you doing?
All right. I was just talking about the mix.
Oh, okay. You temp?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, sir. So what was you saying?
I was just saying that all of us was not ever super black, all dark. We always had different shades of black. If you ever remember in Roots, Kunta Kinte said, I know Allah. And then he also said that he see a lot of Fulani, Wolof, and Suro people that don't know who they are. We've always been different shades. Even though we have been mixed, we've always had different shades. And the reason why I said Fulani was because a lot of us that came here were from a Sulani tribe. We were all from a different tribe of people. If you Google and look at Fulanis now, that's still in Africa, they're your complexion and my complexion. There's dark-skinned ones, and they were never been tampered with or mixed. And I'm just saying, brother.
Listen, let me stop you. So you said always, you're saying always, and then you said never been tampered with or mixed. Now, how can you prove that, Donald?
And in Africa, everybody hasn't been tampered with. I can understand maybe here.
Listen to me.
Yes, sir.
You just talking, right? You just talking, making claims. So over here, what we deal with is receipts and proofs and evidence. So you can't just talk. You can't just say something and it's supposed to be true.
That's why I said if you look at the Fulani people
people, do you know the laws of genetics, dominant and recessive genes and traits?
Yes, sir.
So you know genetics.
Brother Cam, why do you think all of us was always a dark-skinned people?
Bro, listen.
I'm just asking.
No, listen to me. So let's talk genetics. Let's not talk feelings or none of that or questions.
Right.
Who is the original people of this planet?
It really depends. I know they may have been black, but we don't know, and there's no receipt of that.
There's absolutely a receipt of that. It's called genetics.
And they were dark. And my theme was about the color.
That's what we're talking about. What produced all color?
What do you mean?
What color is the mother? What color is the mother of all colors?
The color will have to be black.
Okay, then. So black is original, right?
Yes, sir.
So I asked you, who are the original people of this planet?
I can't say that.
What color? I don't know.
And even if they were black,
even if they were, I'm asking you a scientific mathematical question.
Okay, I got you.
What color is more original than black?
Nothing,
right? So who are the original people?
Okay, I'm going to say they're black, but are they us?
What do you mean, are they us?
Just because you black don't mean that you're us. All of us are not the same.
What do you mean by that?
All of us are not the same, man.
We black, all original people are absolutely the same nature. What do you mean we're not the same?
Bro, all of us, just because you're black, it does not mean that we're all the same. You know what I mean?
It means that we're all the same. Is there another black? Is there another kind of black?
There is. I mean, we're not the Ham people. We're not those people over there. That's why they got rid of
Bible, bro. You talking about Ham? We're not talking about Bible stories. We're talking about genetic facts.
Even genetic facts, man, does not make us related to everybody black.
Well, listen to what you're saying. If we're black and then somebody else is black, that means
I don't even consider. Cam, look at your skin color. You're not black.
Calm down, brother.
I'm not. Hey, bro, come on now.
This whole thing was about
My
us
color,
being.
my color is not
I'm
black.
gonna have to mute you, bro.
Oh,
This
come
whole
on.
thing was about us being mixed, right? Why would you say, look at my color, when I'm telling you I'm this color because I'm mixed with the slave master's blood, white people's blood.
And I said, I'm sorry. Hold up. The reason why I text back and I had put a comment is because you said once a time we were all dark or purple black people. And then I responded like, no, we're not. We've never all been one shade of a color. We've always been different shades.
How long have have white people been on the planet?
I can't say that.
Then how can you say what you're talking about?
Just by the facts of truth, by our tribes. Our tribes are not all the same.
You're just getting emotional. Prove it.
No,
I asked you one question
I'm
you couldn't
not
prove.
emotional.
So if you couldn't prove that, how could you prove your claim?
Yeah, but you haven't proved that we were all the dark-skinned people. You think that just because we got here and we got mixed with white people, now we're different shades. All I was saying, Cam, is that all of us has never, ever been the exact same color. We've always been different shades of our people.
How do you know?
Always.
You always been here?
Look at our tribes, man.
We're talking about, that's why I asked you how old is white people. You just getting emotional, bro. Like
I'm not emotional. I'm just trying to see if you can.
No genetic evidence, no factual evidence. You producing emotional words.
No, I'm not emotional. I'm not actually trying to. I'm just speaking.
Back and bring us some receipts, bro. That's all.
Cam.
What do you mean, Cam?
Have you seen? Do you know the tribes that got here? Who we are?
Man, what?
Do you know the tribes of slaves that came here?
What does tribes have to do with it?
Because if you know that we are the tribes that came here, you would know we've always been.
How old white people was on the planet, then you wouldn't be saying none of this.
I'm not even talking about white people. I'm talking about all of us. I'm not talking about
who produced the different races on the planet.
Yeah, I'm not talking about white people.
Just answer the question. Who produced the different races?
Brother, we were talking about.
Answer the question or you got to go. Who produced the races on the planet?
So we're the father of all the races.
Say that again.
You're saying we're the father of all the races, right?
I asked you that. I'm asking you the question. Who produced the races?
God produced the races.
God, is God a spook or is God a man?
Yeah, brother.
All right, brother. Peace. That's what I'm not trying to really do during the Ramadan energy. What you think about that, Madan?
Well, I think I think the brother seemed like he was doing a lot of tiptoeing instead of he was trying to answer a question with a question instead of just being direct, giving you a direct answer to the questions he was asking. He was trying to go not just a roundabout way, but he was pretty much just filling in what he thought he wanted to say. So I think the brother was just I don't know where he gets a lot of his studies from, but I don't think he's familiar with a lot of the teachings that you bring. And I think you know, he's caught up in the science of Western civilization.
Yeah, I mean, and I give people a platform and I let them talk. I think I do more than a lot of people, and especially rap peers or something like that. You know, I'm hands-on. I actually listen to you, and you know, why would you at this age, we got gray hairs and all kind of stuff. Like, why would we claim anything that we ain't gonna prove? And I'm steady telling you, like, you know, you got to prove that over here. You're not gonna, you know, just talking loud or getting emotional or, you know, that's not proof with nobody. That don't work nowhere with no civilized society, nowhere. You're not gonna just be able to tell no civilization something and not prove it. And you tell me, well, just Google it and just like, what? Just Google it. And on Roots, you know, on the movie Roots, it said like, come on, man. Come on now. You know, I don't need Google or Roots. And when I know reality, I know the laws of genetics, dominant and recessive genes and traits. I know who the original people is, and I know who the Johnny come lately grafted opposite people is, and I know whatever races you talking about in, tribes you talking about in Africa, all of them still been tampered with and touched by the last 6,000 years of Caucasians, one way or another, directly or indirectly. So yeah, we always produced a little shade lighter black, because that's called recessive. So you have a blue black and then you have a purple black. That's still black. You know what I'm saying? But one of them is a little shade lighter. But we're not talking about that. We were strictly talking about the descendants of slaves, and he just missed the whole point. Because my thing was, the whole point was, we over here are the chosen people of God. We despise and reject it because we're the products of white slave master fathers running through our slave mothers. And that product is a product that nobody wanted. Nobody wanted. The slave masters didn't want them, and black people didn't want them. God is the only one that saw the value in that product. And that was different from somebody mentioned in Genesis, the sons of God saw the daughters of Adam and started going into them. That was the whole thing about so anyway, man, this is a patience exercise. I only got 13 days left. I'll be able to let loose pretty soon.
And yeah, that's real, man. But just to touch back on the brother that was on, it was kind of, to me, it showed like it proved the fact that when the science comes from a black man or a black leader, it's not well accepted. Because to me, what proved that was when you asked the brother, where did man come from and things like that. And he didn't say, well, he didn't want to say that all men. Well, he kind of wanted to say all men, all people came descended from people from out of Africa, but it was like he didn't want to too much go into it because he would have to agree with the science of the Nation of Islam and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Because if we're going to say, to me, in my opinion, if we're going to say, according to science or what white science tell us, that all people come, or the out of Africa theory, how they put it, I don't see how they can argue with y'all.
I mean, they can, because they got a mouth.
Well, yeah.
They can't be right, but they could definitely argue. They can't win, but they could definitely use their mouth.
That's so real. That's real.
But they jump off the porch with never been this, and they always did. Like, how old are you? I'm only 55. You ain't gonna never hear me saying certain absolute words other than I believe, or we're taught that. Because how you gonna tell me what never been and you not eternal? You know what I'm saying? You're not immortal. You're gonna tell me what always been and what never been. Like, and then you said something about Ham. Like Ham, like you talking about Ham, Shem, and Japheth, talking about the sons of Abraham. So you a Christian? You come out the Bible? Oh man, you know, knock it off.
Oh man.
Knock it off.
Yeah, that's straight.
The Bible is not proof.
Yeah, man, that's so. Hey, man. But it goes to show that I can't say our people, they trying to I guess so-called wake up and find the truth, but you can clearly see that the work that our slave masters put on us and our people, man, that slave consciousness, it still resonate,
Yeah, and those are that gray area, that little area, and this is what I talked about yesterday. And this is like the Pope, like the dragon and his wisdom, the level of technology and wisdom of the dragon, of Satan. He thrives in that little gray area between what's the word? Sympathizing with Farrakhan and actually being with the teaching. That little area right there, he gonna tear y'all up, right? The little area that makes you want to argue with us, you know what I'm saying? You arguing for a reason to justify why you not with Farrakhan. So in that little area, that's where the dragon gonna trample you and stomp on you like grape juice. He gonna make grape juice out of y'all. He gonna press y'all like grapes. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, and I think the scripture calls it for those Christians out there. The scripture says they call them lukewarm. They neither nor hot nor cold, or something to that effect.
Yeah, yeah. And if you know, we'll see. Like I said, I can't really go into it like I want to, so I'm just kind of just brush the surface. Ramadani does say, if the Bible not the proof, then what is the proof? Everything is like genetics. Your genetics is the proof. Like reality. Like the Bible is a book that got typed up by some white folks, right? The Bible is not proof, right? Unless you're talking prophecy business. If you're trying to prove a prophecy, then yeah, Bible is proof of a prophecy. Bible is proof that prophets existed and they was able to see specific things in the future and wrote them down, and we're acting them out. But that's not what we're talking about. If we're talking about, you know, something totally different about light-skinned black people, like that has nothing to do with the Bible like that. You know. So I was talking about specifically the fulfillment of the Bible of why we was despised and rejected. Why we are the chosen people that was despised and rejected and nobody else wanted us. Because we first was mentally dead. First we was rebellious. We was from the rebellious tribe of Shabazz of 50,000 years ago that practiced that rebellion. And then we mixed our blood with another rebel, the devil rebel, Yaqub's grafted KV, that rebel. So, you know, this is the ultimate rebel material right here. It's mixed with the Negroid, the kinky haired Shabazz. It's mixed with Yaqub, and it's mixed with some other little trace situations. So that's why we're the most despised, rejected, hard-headed, stiff-necked, rebellious, mentally dead people on the planet. And that's the material that God said that he was going to prove he was God by making us the head, making us the new and perfect ruler, taking us from total worthlessness and putting his mind in us, his knowledge, his revelation in us, and making us the greatest, you know, rulers and reflections of God in the history of creation and to rule forevermore. So, yeah, of course, people is going to dispute that. You know, people got their feelings, they got their beliefs or whatever. So I'm not interested in emotion, passion. I just want to run experiments. I just want to run challenges and tests. If you believe your God is the real God and this one is fake and this didn't happen this way and this didn't happen that way, how, you know, this is God business. So we should run some God business tests, some God business challenges, like the Bible said. If you bring up Ham, you bring up the Bible, then let's bring up the Elijah and the Baal prophets, the challenge of the Quran or the challenge of the Old Testament or the New Testament, and let's, you know, let's play it for keeps. Let's bet on, you know, put our life on the line on some of this stuff. Don't we just talk just because we can talk? You know, ain't no free talk show. It's a life and death challenges over here. God on the God level, not us physically getting into it with each other, but calling down the wrath and the curses of God on which one of us is lying, which one of us is wrong. That'll really check you about being so loud and running your mouth and quick to jump off the porch when you know it's real life and death consequences. You'll be more apt to hush up. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna mean nothing until we see it happen, because it's still talking. It's just me talking, just like they talking. So when this is up, you know, as Ramadan is up, if Allah please, God please, you know, we gonna do some demos, and people gonna take it serious. You gotta make some examples. Maybe I'll be the example. You know, maybe somebody guy will get rid of me. Let's see it. That's what I want to know. I don't want to see that. Yeah, man. Because it ain't nothing. The rest of it is just arguing. It's just like, you know, Clubhouse or something. It's like, well, I want to argue with a grown man. Let's not argue about nothing. Let's just, you know, do some challenges right quick.
Yeah, man. That'll be real, man. That's what the people need.
Mm-hmm. Jim said, what are the two seeds of enmity and who ate from the tree of life after becoming like one of us due to the tree of good and evil, if that makes sense? What are the two seeds of I don't know what you mean by that.
I think I know what he's saying.
What is he saying?
You know how when the scripture says, it be like, I'll put enmity between your seed and her seed. When I guess when Eve made that covenant, according to the scriptures, he made that covenant.
That's two different that's two different groups of white people, right? There was a group of Adamites or Adamic race that wanted to fulfill their purpose that Yaqub or that Lord made them for, which was to take over the world. He gave them dominion to take over the world and according to their own wicked nature. And then it was another group that, you know, got influenced by the angels, the righteous angels, and they didn't want to go through with it. They still was weak and wicked by nature, but they didn't want to go through that whole warfare of trying to go to war against the original people and take over them with the science of technology. So they became enemies to each other. It was a group that didn't want to really go all the way through with it. They didn't want to spend their life trying to make war and trick and take over the original people. And then it was a group that did. So there was enmity between both of Adam's different seeds, just like Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel was both from the seed of, you know, the first white people, but one of them, you know, was willing to do this and one of them wasn't. So that's kind of what that means. And the tree of the knowledge of good and evil that's how they was able to take over, because they knew, or they was taught. They didn't know nothing. They was taught by their makers, the original God, you know, black people that made them, through a science of technology. They was taught that the original people, our original people that made you, you know, in order for you to take over and the earth and rule them, you have to rule them through a science of wickedness. They're not wicked by nature. They're not liars by nature. So since your nature is wickedness, let me show you how to go about deceiving and lying and making certain interpretations and suggestions and cheating and stealing and deleting, you know, key figures, you know, in rulership wherever you go. That's how you're going to become rulers. This is how you're going to fulfill your purpose and rule and have dominion over everything that we made for 6 days or 6,000 years. So the tree of evil, like we knew about the knowledge of good, but we didn't know nothing about the knowledge of evil. So we was green. Black people, righteous people, people of God, didn't know nothing about wickedness on that level. So a whole race of people that came onto the planet, and that's their very nature. And they was given a science and a methodology about how to capitalize on their nature and how to not feel no kind of conscience or consciousness or regret. You know what I'm saying? Cold-blooded, you know, beast, reptilian type of predator preying on, you know, on the righteous people. That's the tree of evil. That's how they was able to rule us, through mastering the science of evil.
Yeah, that's real, man. Hey, Cam, man, my mom called, man. I got to run out the house, see what's popping, man. It's been good, Bill, man. If you on tomorrow, I'd definitely be on, man.
Man, God willing, man. Blessings to you, and of course, I'm praying for your family and all of that, man. Blessings to you, Madonna.
I appreciate it, Cam. Salute, man. Peace and blessings to you and yours, man.
Thank you. Peace. CMC Technique is class. I don't understand these guys getting so emotional and trying to explain their point and can't, whether they're the 5% or whoever. Yeah, there's no need to get emotional. There's no need to really over talk. So, I like to be efficient with everything. So somebody that got a whole lot of words or they want to tell a backstory, like I don't have time for that. Maybe if I knew you one-on-one and I'm sitting on a curb with you, or we sitting on the front porch or something, and we got time for that, maybe I would tolerate something like that. But if we on a platform, a podcast, and we want to get straight to it. I don't want to hear no female backstories and emotions and feelings and beliefs. Like, let's get straight to the point. We men get straight to the point. What's the facts, not the feelings? What is the facts? Can you present them? And usually they get emotional because they can't present them and they want to over talk you and talk loud and talk long because they just want attention. They just want to be heard. But you're not saying nothing. So even if you're being heard, you're irritating. Like the Quran said, it's like the braying of asses or donkeys. It's like a chalkboard. Like you're not really saying nothing that nobody wants to hear. And then you saying it louder, like because nobody is wanting to hear it. And they really don't want to hear it. Now they're going to get angry at you because now you violating their ears and their brains and their peace. So I just like to, bypass all of that. Just get straight to the point. Well, you ain't letting nobody talk. No, I'm not letting donkeys hee-haw. Get to it. If you got some receipts, show them. Get to it. I'll be quiet at first. I'll be Debo. I'll be Smokey at first, and I'll be letting y'all be Debo. But once I see you hee-hawing, then I'm gonna start talking again. So, don't just say anything. You can't come to me and say anything. First thing you need to be coming with is some receipts. That's the first thing you're supposed to come with is some receipts. And if it's a stalemate, I'm going to run a challenge. Well, Master Fard Muhammad was taught by such and such. Okay, so you saying he not God? Who is your God? Let's run a challenge right now. Master Fard Muhammad is my God. He's alive. Elijah Muhammad is alive. He's my God, Father. So I'm going to call on my God to curse you if you're lying, if you're wrong, and you calling your God to curse me or get rid of me altogether if I'm wrong and Master Fard Muhammad ain't God. If what you saying is correct, then I'm already lost. I already lose, right? So I may as well get me up out of here. Are you willing to do the same thing? Do you take your study or your sources that serious like I take mine? If not, don't talk to me. If you're not willing to do that, don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? This is God business to me. You talking about who I, recognize as God. You say he just was a crimey, a cellmate and shit that got some information from somebody else. Oh, that's what you're saying about my God? Okay, I'm not going to get emotional about it. I'm going to say, curse me then. Because I'm going to ask this fake God to curse you. And we go see what happened. If he don't curse you, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. If he fake, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Ain't that simple? Ain't that mature and simple? And it's entertaining at the same time, like, and it's for keeps. Like, it ain't like no rerunning a play. It's like a YouTube play, like you just doing trolling skit. No, this is real. I don't troll. I don't play. I don't skit. It's gonna be real. I expect me to be got rid of, or I expect you to be got rid of. Lance, what up, Lance? Peace. Sandra D, yeah, facts, no false claims, 100% truth or nothing. Yeah, So, but yeah, it developed. We wound up staying on here for almost 2 hours. So I guess, tapping into my God brothers and sisters always pays off. Jim says, was it Bliss supposed to bow to the original man or the Adamic graft, and what's his reason for not bowing? Because he only wanted to bow to Allah as a smokeless flame. That's kind of confusing. So no, Iblis, from how I understand it, Iblis was one of the black scientists that was helping Yaqub, or Allah in the person of Yaqub. Allah in the person of Yaqub. Yaqub was born with a predetermined idea from Allah to make a new race of people opposite of our people, and to rule our people, you know what I'm saying, until our people produce one superior to his people, than his people. So Iblis was a righteous black person that didn't want to go along with Yaqub's process of what he had to go through, what he had to do, the genetic breeding process that he had to do to produce the Adamic race, which involved, I don't want to say it on here, but it was a whole process of technology and sacrificing or getting rid of the dark children and saving the lighter children, getting rid of the dark children, saving the light, and lying to the mothers about what happened to the dark children if they have a child that was darker. So Iblis was a scientist that didn't want to go along with that. He wasn't going to turn his children over to be a part of that. And he didn't want to see none of his people turning their children over to be deceived to go along with that process, because it was deception involved. But Yaqub knew it was necessary. It was a necessary deception. That's what devil is. You have to ask yourself, everybody got to ask themselves, why is the devil here? Why would God, whoever God is, why would God make devil in the first place? Why would God allow devil to be here? And we giving you in the nation the actual physical, real down to earth process of how the devil got here and where the devil came from. It came from within us. It was a dormant expression or germ or whatever that was in us, in the original black people. It's the opposite nature of us. It's the albino is proof that was in us. Albinism, that opposite appearance. Albino is not a devil. Albino is not a Caucasian. But albino was proof and evidence that there was another people opposite of us in us. That Caucasian is actually in us, and we have to go through a grafting or diluting, selective breeding process to strip the darker out, strip the dominant out of the people, strip the dominant and save the recessive, strip the dominant, save the recessive, kill off the dark, save the light, kill off, and did that for 600 years. So Iblis was an angel that didn't want no parts of that. So he became an enemy to God, because God did want to bring that out of us. So Iblis was actually standing on righteous business. He was standing on righteousness, but he wasn't mature enough to know that this was necessary. The originator God is, you don't know the real process, the real pains and struggles and warfares and, stuff that real sacrifices that has to take place to produce life, to produce human life, to produce a whole new people. So, Iblis was a black person that was going against his black superior scientist brother, Yaqub, that wanted to make a new race out of us. And Iblis didn't want to go along with it. So he became the arch, enemy of God in that process, regarding him making devil. He didn't want to let us make a new man in our image and after our likeness and give them dominion and power to rule over us according to their wicked nature for 6,000 years. Iblis didn't want to do that. He didn't want his children, his family, his people to have to go through that. So he was standing on righteous business, but unfortunately he didn't understand the maturity or the wisdom and the reality that the God that made him, that that did understand. He knew, like the Quran says, surely I know what you know not, Iblis. Yeah, all of that what you're saying is true. What the angels are saying is true. They will make mischief and cause bloodshed. They will bring hell onto the planet for 6,000 years. I know they will. That's the only way we're gonna get this out of us. So Iblis didn't understand that. He wasn't with that. So he became the enemy of the God and tried to stop that process from happening. And that's that. That's why you can ask yourself, like, damn, why wouldn't the devil just submit? You know what I'm saying? Because he was standing on righteousness. He was standing on righteous principles, but he was disobeying the righteous God who created righteousness. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't understand that level of righteousness. Producing devil out of us and bringing devil out of us is the ultimate level of righteousness. That's the ultimate level of purification and freeing us up from that negative force that's been giving us problems for trillions and trillions of years. So everything we created, we couldn't perfect the creation because that devil expression was still dormant in us, giving us problems. So the greatest level of love and science and wisdom and understanding is bringing devil out of us, giving it a form and expression, giving it time to fully express itself and rule, which would force us to mutate, which would force us to level up and mutate and rise to that occasion to produce something better than devil, stronger than devil. And we did that in the person of Master Father Muhammad. He is that anti-Satan. He is the destroyer of Satan once and for all. And he reproduced himself into Elijah Muhammad, and Elijah Muhammad reproduced himself into Farrakhan, and Farrakhan reproduced himself into us. And that's why there's no other way. There's no other way to beat Satan. I'm going to tell you this more and more straight to the point every day that I talk. There is no other door. There is no other way to beat Satan other than Farrakhan. Now, prove me wrong. Everybody gonna say, no, I ain't got to be, I'm gonna go through ancient Kemetic, I might go through this, and I'm gonna go, okay. You was warned. You don't even know Satan. You don't know the science of tricknology. You don't know the prophecy. You don't know your own makeup. You don't know the sciences that Master Father Muhammad has given them, that where you would absolutely can't fade them now. The sciences that Master Father Muhammad sent down to these Satans, to this race of people in the early 40s, late 30s, early 40s, in the form of so-called UFOs and wheels and highest sciences and technologies. If you couldn't handle them before, you definitely can't handle them now. The only ones can handle them is Farrakhan and those that's with Farrakhan. So we'll see if that's true or false. So I'm at 2 hours, excuse me. I'm at 2 hours, so I'm gonna get off of here, but I appreciate y'all keeping me company and giving me some subjects to talk on. Donald, I apologize for running short on patience today. I usually just listen in the background. No, probably ain't no problem. So Iblis got in trouble for going against Yaqub. Yes. And it wasn't just Iblis. Iblis represents a whole type of people, just like Yaqub represents his devil race. So Iblis represents a people and Yaqub represents a people. So if you standing in the way of God's will, Allah's will, if it's Allah's will that he makes devil and brings devil on our planet, and you trying to oppose that, you're going to get destroyed. You're going to lose. Ultimately, the devil is made to be destroyed, 6,000 years later, but you're going to lose right now for trying to get in the way of God's will. or Allah's will. So yeah, that's how that worked. Jim, when Yaqub was on his uncle's farm separating the spotted from the non-spotted sheep, where did he even learn that from? Because he was gifted. He was gifted with a predetermined idea to discover the law of dominant and recessive genes and traits. The gods, the supreme gods, the 24 gods already knew that, but they wrote that. So he was the one that was born to pull it out, to act it out. So exactly what you're saying, Jim, in the Bible, where it's talking about, you know, they got rid of the speckled sheep or the speckled goats and the speckled spotted cows and all of that. That was the the process of grafting. So he learned that same place. Spiders, little baby spiders, learn how to spin a web. He learned that from the same place that babies learn how to suck their thumb or suck on their mama's breast. Who taught them? Who taught them that? They born with it. They get that directly from the gods. So Yaqub was born with that idea, that determined idea that he was going to study the germ of the original man and bring a new people out of us. So yeah, on that note, man, it's 2 hours. Peace and blessings, man. God willing. Forgive me of my energy, but you know, my energy is on whatever it's on. But tomorrow, inshallah, we'll be back at it. Campaign Show Live. Peace and blessings.